Kevin O'Leary built an exceptional career over the last 20 years, but just over the last 20 days, he has completely ruined it. He has been making some ridiculous claims when it comes to Sam-Bankman Fried and FTX. And this is what he had to say just the other day.
Why do you believe FTX failed?
I have an opinion. I don't have the records. Here it is. These two behemoths that own the unregulated market together and grew these incredible businesses in terms of growth were at war with each other. And one put the other out of business intentionally.
This is ridiculous. Kevin O'Leary is saying that Binance put FTX out of business. And he started off by saying, I have an opinion, but I don't have the records. That's one of the worst things you can say in court. Well, anyways, he believes that Binance put FTX out of business. No, Kevin O'Leary, FTX put themselves out of business by being a massive fraud. If anything, Binance exposed them earlier than later, but they are not the reason that FTX failed. And over the last few weeks, we have all been wondering, why is Kevin O'Leary putting his reputation on the line, fighting for Sam-Bankman Fried and FTX? It doesn't really make sense. But we then found out O'Leary was paid $15 million by FTX to be a spokesperson. So it makes sense. He was fighting for a company that paid him off. But since then, everything's gone downhill for FTX, yet he still continues to fight when he knows it ruins his reputation. And really, this is a big shame to see because Kevin O'Leary has built an exceptional reputation over the last 20 years. In 1999, he sold his company SoftKey, and then from there, it was mostly success. He wrote books, he was in the media, he was in all sorts of investments, involved in politics, and then when he got involved in crypto, people were very excited because he had a very respected opinion. But his opinion is going down the drain now because he continues to fight for this massive fraud in SBF and FTX. And there are currently 8 charges against SBF. Conspiracy to commit wire fraud, conspiracy to commit commodities fraud, conspiracy to commit securities fraud, conspiracy to commit money laundering, and conspiracy to defraud the Federal Election Commission and commit campaign finance violations. Yet, for some reason, Kevin O'Leary continues to fight for SBF. And on this last one, conspiracy to defraud the Federal Election Commission, just in case you didn't know, SBF is the 6th largest political donor of 2022, and he's only the 2nd largest Democrat donor behind George Soros. And all this money right here, this is all stolen funds. And I'm very curious to see what happens with all of this money that was donated to politicians. Do they get to keep it, or will they have to give it back? This was actually recently asked in Washington.
The president received campaign donations, from him. Many prominent Democrats did, some Republicans did as well. Will the president return that donation? Does he call on all politicians who got campaign donations that may have come from customer money to return those funds?
So look, I'm covered here by the Hatch Act, limited on what I can say, and anything that's connected to political contributions from here, I would have to refer you to the DNC.
I'm asking the president's opinion, though. Does he want those people who...
No, you asked me 2 questions. You asked me about will he return the donations, and then you asked me about his opinion. I'm answering the first part, which is I'm covered by the Hatch Act from here. I'm limited to what I can say, and I just can't talk to political contributions or anything related to that. I cannot speak about it from here.
And then his opinion, though?
I just cannot speak to this from here. Even his opinion, even his thoughts about the contributions, donations, I cannot speak about that from here.
So at this point, it's really confusing why Kevin O'Leary continues to fight for Sam-Bankman Fried, even though he knows it's ruining his reputation. Is there blackmail? Is there something that Kevin O'Leary knows that he's fighting for that we don't know yet? I really don't know what it could be, and I'm curious to know what you guys think. Why do you think Kevin O'Leary continues to fight for SBF, even though SBF is in deep trouble? But Kevin O'Leary is not the only one making himself look like a fool in Washington. I want to show you this video from Representative Emmanuel Cleaver asking FTX's CEO John Ray a very ridiculous question.
I wonder if you would support a resolution that I've been thinking about introducing, changing the name of cryptocurrency to creepy dough currency. I'm going to discuss.
Look
it
at his
with my
face.
manager.
Look at his face.
It's an appropriate name. I just wanted to know whether you would support changing it to Creepy Dough.
Is this real or
I'll
is
leave
this a
that
joke?
skill set to the committee.
And I can't tell if this is real or if this is a joke. Either way, this is ridiculous to see, especially such a serious topic. And we have this representative making jokes in court. But this is not the only crazy thing we heard from a politician this week. Here's another one. U.S. Senator John Tester says he sees no reason why crypto exists. And that's exactly the reason why he's a U.S. senator. He said, quote, "The problem is if we regulated it, it may give it the ability of people to think it's real. I see no reason why this stuff should exist. I really don't." Well, it doesn't matter if he thinks it should exist or not. It is here and people want it. So ignoring it isn't going to make it go away. But on a more serious note, Senator Elizabeth Warren wants to propose a very strict law on crypto. And we know Elizabeth Warren is not a fan of crypto. It's not a surprise. And she introduced a new crypto bill targeting self-custody wallets and crypto network participants. And her request is not really practical. For example, the proposed bill seeks to place KYC requirements on blockchain infrastructure providers and participants operating in the United States, including developers creating software for decentralized networks. And she wants to treat crypto wallet service providers, miners, validators, and other network users as money service businesses. This is not even practical. If someone creates a decentralized application, they don't have the power to go ahead and collect all of the information from the people using their products. And take a miner, for example. How is a miner supposed to know the information of everyone participating in the blockchain? This is just absolutely ridiculous. So this part of the bill, I'm not worried about because I don't think something as ridiculous as this proposal can actually go through. But there are parts of the proposal that, although I don't want them to happen, it is practical. For example, the bill would also impact unhosted or self-custody crypto wallets, requiring platforms and networks to identify such customers and track their transactions. So it still will be very difficult to put KYC on self-custody wallets, but regulators could force exchanges, for example, to collect information on a wallet when it is withdrawn, and then from there, track those wallets. So of course, I don't want to see this happening, but this is possible. So before everything gets crazy, my take, get your crypto off exchanges onto a self-custody wallet. Hardware wallets are the best. And if you need help choosing the best ledger Nano, go ahead and watch this video right here.